there is a very specific way that we're going to be practicing journaling. And it's a way that allows us to see the content of our inner experience without judging it, without labeling it as good or bad, and also without getting entangled in it. So we've been practicing meditation, which is about us taking a step back from the content of what we're experiencing so that we can be the observer and see it and not be identified and in that story, but to observe it from an external place. And journaling is an extension of that, allows us to really open and clean out the thoughts and feelings so that we have a chance to respond to what the deeper need is. So when you're journaling, you're creating a space for your experience, so that's your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, to talk to you. So you're imagining you're giving the pen to whatever is there today, and you're listening to it as if you are a loving father listening to a child. You're seeking to understand, to learn something about yourself, to see what's really there. Because so often we're trying to fight whatever's inside of us, trying to push it away. We've got resistance to it. I don't like it. And what do I do with all this mess that's inside of me? And it feels confronting then to perhaps come into contact with some of the truths that we have in ourselves, because it means taking responsibility, taking action on it, doing something about it. And this is a really nice way of clearing out the mess, and cleansing the mind and the emotions, so that we then have a chance to understand it and respond to it skillfully and lovingly. So you're simply going to take a moment to tune in, to see what is here today, to see what is present. And first of all, you can start with some of the things that perhaps feel a little bit tense, a little bit contracted, that feel like they're needing space, that they want to be seen and heard, that you can sense that you're kind of pushing down, pushing away. So you take some time, you'll listen to them, say, okay, let me hear from you. I want to give you the space to really speak to me. And then you'll write, and you'll let it write to you in the most unfiltered way. And sometimes this can feel really neurotic, it can feel really scary, it can feel quite dark. Sometimes it just feels like, oh, I'm done with this. And while you're listening, you are not caught up in that. You're not going to be that content. You're going to be the one who is open-hearted and with that. And it's a way of being with your thoughts and feelings that then creates a little bit of distance from it. Okay, because whilst you're trying to resist it, then it becomes real. As you open to it and accept it, you become the one that's in a centered, calm, loving, open space. So go ahead, take some time to write what is there. And when you feel that there's this kind of completion, that when you've said it all and you've kind of vented, when you've had a conversation with a friend and there's this moment where you just go, there, okay, that's it, then that's the kind of completion that we're looking for. It's a moment where there's nothing else to be said. And so if you feel like you've written everything, take a little moment and ask yourself, is there anything else that you want to say? Wait a little bit. Listen if there's anything there. And then go again. And you can ask that question as many times as needed. And what typically happens over time is that when we allow all of those thoughts and feelings, once it's completed, there's this natural inclination towards compassion and understanding. A part of us that knows naturally to validate our experience. There's a really good reason why we feel the way we feel, why we think the way we think. And so in understanding that and seeking to find empathy and learning and connection, we then get to hold a space for that, kind of hold it in a way that that part of us needs in order to feel settled. So instead of trying to fight the fears and the tensions and the things that are going on for us, we're embracing them and giving those parts of us what we need in order for them to not have to try and take hold of the steering wheel of our life and jump in the driving seat. In the way that we embrace ourselves with love, that's the way that then we can show up in life and bring that to the world and feel that love and that compassion being cultivated within us. So taking that time, write, be free, go ahead, There might also be some words after it that you feel like saying to yourself. This isn't about convincing yourself of something or trying to talk your way out of something or think your way out of something. This is really about allowing that experience to be as it is, validating it, and then tuning into what's needed. So there might be something in you that's asking for more space, to slow down, to not be on Instagram so much, or have a challenging conversation, do more exercise. Whatever it is that you can feel, you're really getting to know yourself, getting to know your needs, what's being asked of you. So your body might be asking something, your heart, your soul, your mind, your inner child, different parts of you may be alive and online and giving you feedback. We're always being spoken to. There's always a communication with us and the parts of us. So we're really listening to that and giving it space so that we can bring ourselves into greater alignment. Play with it, explore, experiment, see what works for you.